Hey guys, I want to tell you a great story of getting out of your comfort zone. So, not so long ago, and by the way, this story is about so much more than just getting out of your comfort zone. While it's the main point of that story, you'll see that there's other like really interesting stuff in there. But not so long ago, I was at my parents' house in Canada, and their neighbor is a farmer. And I used to see this guy chopping wood, and my parents, being who they are, they would like a bit trash talk about their neighbors, he's this farmer. And I think they got in a fight with him once because like my mom put like rocks on his field or whatever. But they, like chit-chatting, and there's like not that much of a good relationship between both. And I saw the guy, chopping wood one day, and I had those crazy ideas, and one of my life thesis is to have crazy ideas and to execute on them fearlessly. Okay. And I'll make another video after this one. You'll see that the next video is quite related to it. But I was like having, I think, dinner at my table. My parents have a beautiful house, beautiful view of the backyard, and I see this guy chopping wood. And I have the idea, it's like Saturday, and I just drank a tea, and I have noted, I think one day before, or I just like noted that, hey, I'm gonna go chop wood with this guy. I don't even know him. It's COVID, like people are super paranoid, no vaccines and everything. And I see that they're actually two, the farmer and the guy that's helping him. But back in days, I really didn't know who they were. And I decide like, okay, man, it's time. I'm just gonna pick up my clothes and I'm gonna go see them, and I'm gonna go ask them, hey, do you need some help? And the key point here is stop thinking, okay? Because already like my brain was thinking in my head like, what if he has a gun and he shoots me? What if like he thinks, because he's quite an old guy, that I need to get away from him? What if I'm stepping on his private property, which I was, by the way? Um, I mean, they have axes. What if they just, or worse, what if they just turn me around and tell me like, fuck off, I don't need your help, and yeah, go back to your beautiful rich house, and I'm a farmer, you're this, and we're not the same, So all of these thoughts. So I'm like, okay, shit, let's just silence that. And at this point, and guys, this point is so important. Sometimes in life, you need to shut down your frontal brain. So I think my last video was about sleep. Sleep is a good example. You need to stop thinking uh, when you're trying to sleep. So a good metaphor for that is my role when I'm in the bed is to sleep, and the guy that's job is to think and solve shit is the guy that's sitting at this table and drinking coffee starting say at 11. But the guy in the bed, his job is to sleep, right? So really simple. And two completely different person, not the same person. Anyway, nice tip to get you to sleep and stop thinking. But same here. Stop thinking, Charles. Take your feet. Actually, the steps were quite clear. So I got down in the garage. Put your boots, Charles. Put your coat. Put your gloves. Put your hat. It was winter, and march. And that's exactly what I did. I cut the thinking in there. Sometimes you need to stop thinking. It's a bit like when you're about to jump in water. Jump in a lake or something, your brain is telling you no, no, you can't do it, or jump over like some high object. Sometimes I get the fear, and you paralyze, analysis by paralysis. So I walked, and I reached those two guys drinking beer and having a fire like in the middle of their field. It's winter, and at first they're like making me signs. I think that the old guy did that, like almost like go away or something like that. Well, that's what I sensed, but I kept marching. I kept marching until I reached a distance of 3 meters where they could hear me. And I asked them, hey, do you need help? Can I help you with something? Boom, like with no like intentions. And even then it was weird, because if someone comes out of the bloom to you and asks you like, if they can help you. If you're paranoid, man, you might even imagine this is like the fucking FBI, or like it's someone trying to get something for you, you know. So those are all the voices in my head. Um, and at first they tell me no, no, we're fine. You know, they brush me off. And the guy that I stay there. I stand my ground. And I'm like, yeah, because I was there to help you. I saw you chopping wood. Could I help with something? I want to do a workout. And actually, that what's cool about this situation was not only would I gain immense value for getting out of my comfort zone there, and that would feed a habit that you'll see with my next video of just getting out of your comfort zone. And this is like the purest definition of getting out of your comfort zone. Not even talking about the Iron Man stuff, but like common random stuff, you know, getting out of the mold. And like basically I would also gain a workout out of this activity. So comfort zone, workout, potentially make friends. At some point, you know, potentially getting wood, although like I gave up this idea of like asking them for wood afterwards for my own fires, because first I forgot, and second I think I forgot to ask them at the end, and second I think that it would have sounded like, hey, I helped you, now I get this, you know. I didn't want to get like much out of that experience. And yeah, that was cool, you know. And I love chopping woods. Obviously, it's really meditative activity actually for men. Um, it's like pure power. It's like being a ninja. Like you need to do this. And the guy that put that in my head was actually Dave Asprey, the founder of Bulletproof. Likes chopping some wood up in Vancouver, Canada. So off I go with my story. So finally, like the younger guy, which happened to be like the neighbor of the farmer, doing like some exchange work for him, because I guess he was like less fortunate too. From this the story that he told me after, or like life hasn't given him the best cards, let's say. Um, he tells me that like, hell yeah, man, come and help us. Like you know, like farmer work is so it's hard work. It's really it's really hard, and it's really like human capital extensive, human energy extensive. Like it's no messing around. So they need they need arms in that business. They need manpower. So, and I knew that basically for a fact, you know. So when when the old guy tried to brush me off, I knew he was just like uncomfortable, which is fine, by the way. Which I would have been totally uncomfortable having a guy come up to me during COVID and pandemic, you know. So here I go. They had like logs that they chopped, and they made me pull out like a snow tray, if you want. So like I was like a bull pulling like at least 200 pounds of woods, and trying to running and make a workout out of it. So that was my first task, and then I got to the task that I wanted, that I visualized in here, which was chopping wood, and that was gonna be like my activity this Saturday, and it was fucking fun, to be honest. It was a whole lot of fun. Um, I so the younger guy, he told me, yeah, man, have fun, start chopping wood, buddy. So he handed me this like 2 3 meter, maybe not 3 meter, but at least like a 2 meter long axe, huge axe, really heavy, around I would say like 30, if not 40 pounds axe. This was like a killing machine, and he taught me how to chop wood because it was kind of my first time, you know. Thus, I got to practice this really cool skill, which is wood chopping, basically. And I did that for 2 hours, and I started really bad to a really bad wood chopper to like a pro wood chopper. Obviously, I wouldn't qualify in any weird wood chopping competition they have in Canada and US, but to my own eyes, I was good, you know, because when I would start, I would like miss the wood block all the time, and they were quite small pieces sometimes. Like that big even sometimes, probably 30 centimeter at most of diameter. So they were hard to hit. And I developed a technique. I even standardized it. Like if I was some kind of um, Ford production chain or whatever, like I would stack them up and chop them one after the other. And I was successful at it so much that I must have cut like 200, 300 wood pieces in like an hour and a half. I was like in a flow state. Fortunately, I didn't like hurt myself because it's quite easy to hurt yourself when you cut wood. Like the axe can go off, go a wrong angle, wood in your eyes, or wood that pierces your skin. A lot can go wrong, but I think I was good at it and got even to strike a conversation with the younger guy to talk about life. COVID was a tough period for everyone, and he was kind of relieved that he could talk to someone because he was telling me more than like a stranger should know. And that's the first glance that someone needs to speak and to get his emotions out. I guess he had a few beers too. But I did that, and I stacked all the wood blocks and gave him that gift, of having a bunch of wood logs to make their fires, which is another topic, another video, like how fires heal. Like uh, good old like fires, they're awesome actually to kind of heal your soul and calm yourself down. I got to do a lot of those in Canada, but I thought that was a pretty cool experience, like worth to share with you guys, to just like get out of your comfort zone sometimes and stop doing things as like society tells you to do. And not only is it super rewarding from a personal standpoint, but it's also super duper rewarding in business to get out of your comfort zone, to do what others won't do. I was listening to a podcast episode this morning, and they were basically saying that smart people usually like don't really take risk. They're not crazy enough to start ventures basically because they know that they will fail. And they don't try anything worthwhile, anything challenging. Basically, smart people meaning, let's say, like a Java senior programmer getting paid 200K per year. But that's my story here, and I hope that it could serve you guys. It certainly was one of the, well, I can point out a few examples of me getting out of my comfort zone, but that one was pretty cool. And I have another one that I just did today, which is what motivated me to do this video. So make sure to watch the next video. Hope that it will be as entertaining as this one, and see you guys on the next.